Time is one of the few resources that every human being is given equally. No matter who you are, whether you're a student, a CEO, or an artist, you wake up each day with the same 24 hours. What separates people who achieve great things from those who feel stuck or unfulfilled isn't how much time they have, but how they choose to spend it. Time doesn't discriminate, nor does it play favorites. It offers each of us an equal chance to make something meaningful out of it. This equality of time is both liberating and sobering. On one hand, it means that everyone has the potential to make a difference. On the other, it underscores the responsibility we have to use our time wisely. Time doesn't stop, pause, or rewind. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. Every decision we make, every yes to one activity and every no to another becomes a choice about how we spend this finite and irreplaceable resource. The difference between those who thrive and those who feel stuck often lies in their ability to be intentional with their time. Some people spend their hours chasing distractions or engaging in activities that add little value to their lives. Endless scrolling on social media, procrastination, or pursuing things that don't align with their goals might feel like minor choices in the moment, but over time, these habits compound. The result is wasted potential and a life that feels like it's slipping away. Conversely, those who understand the power of time approach it with intention. They recognize that it's not about cramming more into their day, but about prioritizing what truly matters. These individuals focus on what aligns with their values, goals, and purpose. They take the time to reflect on what is most important, whether it's spending quality moments with loved ones, working toward a dream, or taking care of their health, and then allocate their hours accordingly. Using time effectively doesn't mean being productive every second of the day. It's not about working endlessly or neglecting rest. It's about balance. True wisdom in managing time includes knowing when to pause, when to reflect, and when to recharge. Rest is not wasted time, it's an investment in our energy and creativity. When we see time as the ultimate equalizer, it also teaches us to respect others' time. Every interaction, meeting, or conversation becomes an opportunity to add value, connect meaningfully, and make the most of the shared moments we have with others. Ultimately, the way we spend our time is a reflection of what we value most. If we value growth, we'll invest in learning and self-improvement. If we value relationships, we'll make space for meaningful connections. Each day is a new chance to decide what matters most and act accordingly. Time is fleeting, but its impact is eternal. We may not control how much time we have on this earth, but we do control how we use it. The question is, are you spending your time in a way that moves you closer to the life you want to lead? Clarity of purpose is one of the most powerful tools we can have in life. It provides direction, focus, and meaning to everything we do. Without it, we can find ourselves drifting, spending time on tasks or pursuits that feel urgent in the moment, but ultimately leave us unfulfilled. Purpose acts as our internal compass, guiding our decisions and helping us navigate challenges with a sense of intention and resolve. When we are clear about our purpose, our actions become more aligned with our values and long-term goals. Every decision, no matter how small, is informed by this clarity. It allows us to prioritize effectively, knowing which opportunities to embrace and which to let go of. Without purpose, we risk saying yes to too many things that don't matter and no to the things that truly do. We might work hard, but our efforts can feel scattered, as though we're running in circles instead of moving forward. Purpose doesn't mean we have all the answers or that life becomes easy. In fact, having a purpose often involves hard work, perseverance, and sacrifice. However, it makes those challenges worthwhile. When you know your why, you have the strength to push through obstacles because you're working towards something meaningful. The struggles no longer feel like burdens, but rather stepping stones on the path to something greater. Clarity of purpose also has a ripple effect on others. When you are clear about what you stand for and where you're going, it inspires confidence and trust in those around you. Whether in a family, a workplace, or a community, people gravitate toward those who are purpose-driven because it gives them something to believe in. It creates a shared sense of direction and fosters collaboration. Finding and maintaining clarity of purpose isn't always straightforward. It requires self-reflection and a willingness to ask difficult questions: what truly matters to me? What impact do I want to make? What kind of person do I want to be? These aren't questions that have easy answers, and they may evolve over time. Purpose isn't static, it grows as we do. Regular reflection ensures that our actions stay aligned with who we are and what we want to achieve. One of the most common challenges people face is confusing busyness with purpose. It's easy to fill our days with tasks, meetings, and obligations. But activity without intention leads to burnout, not fulfillment. Purpose is about doing the right things, not just doing more things. It's about focusing on what truly moves the needle toward the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. When you live with purpose, life gains a deeper sense of meaning. Each moment, each decision feels significant because it contributes to a greater whole. Purpose isn't just about what you do, it's about why you do it. And when you're clear on that, everything else falls into place. In a world filled with endless options, distractions, and responsibilities, prioritizing what matters most is an essential skill. It's not about doing everything, it's about focusing on the things that truly make a difference. Life is finite, and so is our time. When we fail to prioritize, we risk spending our days on tasks that seem urgent but lack significance, leaving us feeling unfulfilled and wondering where our time went. Prioritizing starts with understanding what truly matters. This requires reflection and honesty. Ask yourself, what are my core values? What are my long-term goals? Who and what are most important to me? When you're clear on these answers, you can make decisions that align with them. This alignment ensures that your time and energy go toward the things that bring meaning and purpose to your life. One of the most powerful tools for prioritization is the ability to say no. Saying no isn't about being dismissive or indifferent, it's about making space for what matters. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If you say yes to another unnecessary meeting, you might be saying no to time with your family or pursuing a passion project. Learning to say no with confidence and clarity is a vital part of protecting your priorities. Another key aspect of prioritizing is recognizing the difference between what is urgent and what is important. Urgent tasks demand immediate attention but are often not meaningful in the grand scheme of things. Important tasks, on the other hand, contribute to your long-term goals and values. The challenge is that important tasks rarely come with the same sense of immediacy, so they're easy to postpone. However, by consistently focusing on what's important, you build a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. Prioritizing also requires balance. It's not just about work or achieving goals, it's about making time for all areas of life that matter: relationships, health, personal growth, and even rest. Neglecting one area to focus solely on another can lead to imbalance and dissatisfaction. A fulfilling life is built by giving attention to what matters most in every dimension, even if it means making adjustments along the way. It's important to recognize that prioritizing is not a one-time decision, it's an ongoing process. Life changes, and so do our priorities. Regularly checking in with yourself ensures that your actions remain aligned with what truly matters. It's okay to shift focus when needed, as long as those shifts are intentional and thoughtful. Ultimately, prioritizing what matters most is about living a life of intention rather than one of reaction. It's about taking control of your time and energy instead of letting external demands dictate your actions. When you prioritize what truly matters, you create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and deeply aligned with who you are and what you value. In doing so, you not only make the most of your time, you make the most of your life. In today's fast-paced world, distractions and busyness are everywhere. From endless notifications on our phones to the constant demands of work and personal obligations, it's easy to fall into a pattern of being busy without being truly productive. Avoiding distractions and busyness isn't just about getting more done, it's about reclaiming your time and energy for the things that truly matter. Distractions are one of the biggest obstacles to focus and fulfillment. They pull us away from our priorities, often in ways that feel small in the moment, but add up over time. Scrolling through social media for just a minute can turn into an hour. Checking emails constantly throughout the day can interrupt deep work and make it hard to complete meaningful tasks. These distractions create a sense of urgency and keep our minds fragmented, preventing us from making real progress. One way to combat distractions is to set clear boundaries. This means creating an environment that supports focus. Turn off unnecessary notifications, schedule specific times for checking emails, and establish technology-free zones or hours. By intentionally limiting the sources of distraction, you can create space for uninterrupted, meaningful work. Busyness, on the other hand, can feel productive, but it's often a trap. Filling your day with tasks and activities doesn't necessarily mean you're accomplishing what's important. In fact, busyness can become a way of avoiding the deeper, more challenging work that truly matters. It's easier to check off small, inconsequential tasks than to tackle a project that requires focus, creativity, or problem solving. To avoid busyness, it's important to distinguish between being busy and being effective. Effectiveness comes from working on the right things, not just doing more things. This requires clarity about your goals and priorities. Ask yourself, is this task moving me closer to my objectives? If the answer is no, it may be worth reconsidering whether it belongs on your to-do list. Another way to combat busyness is to embrace the power of less but better. This means focusing on fewer tasks, but doing them with greater intention and excellence. Instead of trying to juggle multiple projects or commitments at once, concentrate on the most important ones and give them your full attention. This approach not only improves the quality of your work, but also reduces stress and overwhelm. Avoiding distractions and busyness also involves a mindset shift. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't tied to how much you do or how fast you do it. Taking time to pause, reflect, and rest isn't a waste. It's a crucial part of living a balanced and purposeful life. When you slow down, you can see what truly matters and approach your work and relationships with greater clarity and presence. Ultimately, avoiding distractions and busyness is about living intentionally. It's about choosing focus over multitasking, depth over superficiality, and meaning over mere activity. When you free yourself from the constant pull of distractions and the pressure to be busy, you open up space for the things that truly enrich your life and help you create the impact you desire. Balance is one of the most critical elements of a fulfilling life. It's the foundation upon which we can build sustainable success, happiness, and well-being. Without balance, even the most productive or accomplished individuals can feel overwhelmed, burned out, or disconnected from what truly matters. It's not just about managing time, it's about managing energy, priorities, and the interplay between work, relationships, and personal growth. In a world that often glorifies hustle and relentless ambition, balance can seem like a luxury or an afterthought. But in reality, it's essential. Overworking or focusing too heavily on one area of life at the expense of others may bring short-term gains, but often leads to long-term consequences. Neglecting relationships, health, or personal well-being can leave us feeling empty, even if we achieve professional success. Balance allows us to thrive across all dimensions of life, not just in one. Achieving balance begins with self-awareness. It requires understanding what matters most to you and recognizing when one aspect of life is consuming too much of your energy. For some, work might dominate their focus, leaving little time for family, friends, or self-care. For others, personal distractions might overshadow professional growth. Balance isn't about dividing your time equally between all areas, it's about allocating time and energy in a way that aligns with your values and needs. One key aspect of balance is recognizing the importance of rest and recovery. In a culture that often celebrates busyness, taking time to rest can feel unproductive. But rest is not a weakness, it's a strength. It replenishes your energy, sharpens your focus, and allows you to bring your best self to whatever you do. Without rest, burnout becomes inevitable. And even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. Balance also involves embracing the ebb and flow of life. There will be times when one area of your life requires more attention than others, and that's okay. A big project at work might demand more hours, or a family emergency might temporarily take precedence over other commitments. The key is to adjust and realign over time, ensuring that no single area consistently dominates at the expense of everything else. Another crucial element of balance is setting boundaries. Saying no to certain requests or commitments is essential to protect your time and energy. Boundaries aren't about shutting others out, they're about creating space for what matters most. This could mean unplugging from work emails during family time or dedicating specific hours to personal hobbies or health. Ultimately, balance is not a fixed state, but an ongoing process. It requires regular reflection and intentional choices. By striving for balance, you create a life that is not only productive, but also meaningful and sustainable. You can achieve your goals while nurturing relationships, maintaining health, and finding joy in the present moment. Balance allows you to live fully, knowing that each area of your life is given the attention it deserves, and no part is sacrificed in the pursuit of another. Daily reflection is one of the most powerful habits for fostering personal growth and development. It offers a moment of pause in a world that often moves at breakneck speed, giving us the opportunity to process our experiences, learn from them, and realign with our values and goals. Growth doesn't happen automatically. It requires awareness and intentionality, both of which are cultivated through regular reflection. At its core, reflection is about asking meaningful questions. What went well today? What could have gone better? How did I spend my time, and was it aligned with what truly matters to me? These questions allow us to examine our actions, decisions, and mindset, turning daily experiences into lessons. Without this practice, it's easy to repeat mistakes, miss opportunities for improvement, or lose sight of what's most important. Reflection also helps us recognize our successes, no matter how small. In our pursuit of growth, we often focus on what's left to achieve and overlook how far we've come. Taking time each day to acknowledge progress reinforces a sense of accomplishment and builds confidence. It reminds us that growth is a journey, not a destination, and that every step forward counts. Equally important, reflection helps us identify patterns in our behavior or thought processes that might be holding us back. Maybe we notice that we're consistently procrastinating on a particular task or reacting emotionally in certain situations. By becoming aware of these patterns, we gain the power to change them. Awareness is the first step toward improvement, and daily reflection is a tool for cultivating that awareness. Another key benefit of reflection is the clarity it provides. In the rush of daily life, we can get so caught up in tasks and obligations that we lose sight of the bigger picture. Reflection allows us to step back and evaluate whether our actions align with our long-term goals and values. Are we spending time on what truly matters, or are we getting distracted by the urgent but unimportant? This clarity helps us make more intentional choices moving forward. Reflection isn't just about analyzing the past, it's also about preparing for the future. By reviewing the day's events, we can identify areas for improvement and set intentions for tomorrow. This creates a continuous cycle of growth, where each day builds upon the last. It's not about perfection, but about consistent progress, learning a little more, improving a little more, and becoming a little better each day. The practice of daily reflection doesn't require much time, but it does require commitment. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts, the key is to make it a habit. Over time, this practice can transform the way you approach life, helping you grow into the person you aspire to be. In the end, daily reflection fosters growth by turning everyday experiences into opportunities for learning and self-improvement. It keeps us grounded, focused, and aligned with our purpose, allowing us to grow not just in what we do, but in who we are.